PJ Studios in South Florida. This is the Mission Debrief podcast with Call Team 6. Special ops for car dealers. Real talk on today's hot dealership topics and helping dealers nationwide.
For people involved with your team.
One signs up to say, I am ready to be mediocre.
Leaders are what make things happen.
Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome in. This is the Mission Debrief podcast, brought to you by your friendly automobile dealership neighbors here with Call Team 6, special ops for car dealers, no lead left behind. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jeff. I'm with the leadership team here at Call Team 6, as we've been coming to you now for the past several months, bringing you lots of intel, lots of insight on how you can help your dealership win in today's challenging market out there. So, hey, look, everybody, welcome into episode 17, Quebec, in our phonetic alphabet, going with our military theme here. We hope everybody is right in the middle of a strong close for May in our dealership world, and we're looking forward. This is going to be a very, very informative, entertaining episode this time, and because we've got a very special guest joining us today from all the way across the country to talk about some extremely vital, important, and timely topics. You're going to want to make sure that you mark this time now and mark this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, and keep tuned in on YouTube and Spotify and all of our other socials out there. And we are truly excited and blessed with the growing community that we're building here of dealerships all across the country, many of whom are Call Team 6 clients, and many of whom are just part of the larger dealership community who want to know better about what trends are going on, how they can improve their operations, how they can improve their BDC operations, sales operations, and service operations. So appreciate all the GMs, the dealer owners out there, the general sales managers, BDC, and the fixed ops directors and service managers. We really appreciate the growing community that we're building here and being able to bring you the very best in everything that we have to offer information-wise. Joining me in the studio today, I should say, with us here today in the beautiful Meisner Park area of Boca Raton, South Florida, once again coming down from New Jersey and also from Charlotte. First off, we've got our CEO joining me here to my right, as always, the one, the only, you know him, you love him, you always want to hear from him, Mr. Ken Kingstad. Ken, welcome.
Yeah,
sir.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to get down here and in Meisner Park and to share. What an amazing month. I mean, I'll tell you what, I got some interesting stories in terms of in our journey. We've been bouncing around all over the country, and it's been a lot of fun. Got some great things to share, and I hope that you all enjoy and can take advantage of the miles we put on every single month to help our dealer body.
Yeah, I'm sure we will visit the latest in the CT6 Express coming up, but I did want to mention, I just thought of this, speaking of out and about and taking care of clients, you just recently traveled around the southeast area, kind of landed for a few days in Atlanta with a brand new CT6 client, helping them launch their new program.
Yeah, I tell you, that's what I was thinking about when I was just bringing that up, and just what an opportunity to get there. And one of the things that I think that really is needed, if you're doing an outsourced BDC, is I came in and really spent the full day doing training with the team. The managers, the salespeople, teaching them the word tracks, teaching them what we say. It's important if you do outsource to a BDC, you're not just having people call and say, "Hey, when can you come in?" There's a lot to it, And
today,
in today's, you can't just ignore, the customer's question and just make phone calls.
100%.
I tell people, hey, you can make phone calls. It's better not making phone calls, but make intelligent calls. let's learn how to connect with people. Let's learn how to serve people. Let's learn how to answer their questions, pivot, close, and get them in. But ultimately, I think the handoff, which I want to share maybe a little later in terms of how that works for the dealership. And if they want, the store we're working with is a big group, and they're doing great. They're not broken by any means, but definitely they want to get their little bit more of an edge, as I always say, a little bit of their unfair share. If we can pick up an extra 3-4 points across the board in terms of their conversions, you multiply that out, it's a big number at the end of the month.
You've lived in that space and that area for over 30 years now. Ken, for some of our viewers who may not know, Ken is the original co-creator of the BDC model for automobile dealerships back in the early 90s. Got your start with Tony Robbins even before that, right? So I was privy to one of your training sessions you were doing remotely this morning before we came in, and very, very powerful word tracks and mindset, and help to make more effective communications whenever you're speaking with potential clients and prospects one-on-one. So it was chock. Can I just say it was chock full of Ken X moments.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
Also joining us here, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from Charlotte. Ken came in via Philadelphia from South Jersey. Yep. Joining us again in studio today, our COO, Mr. Ryan Mays.
Woohoo! All right,
Ryan.
Yeah.
For the CT6 via the CLT Express.
Choo-choo.
That's right.
Little engine that could. Made it down. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm especially excited for our guest today. We're going to be talking about an area that is like the new gold rush, if you will. It just barely got discovered. There's rumors flying around. Woo-hoo. No one knows really what it is, where it is, but they know they want it. And so we're going to get down to the truth today about what that is, and that's our guest is going to talk to us all about AEO, AI search, and this is going to be, this is going to streamline you right to the finish line of where you need to be as a dealership, so you want to stick around.
And just real quick, before we move on, I heard you that you had developed a new product for new dealership clients out there who are currently experiencing a lot of challenges, and they need a boost, or they need something that they can count on, but they don't necessarily have a dedicated 6-month budget to work with. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Yeah.
How can I get the quickest amount of customers through the door with the in the shortest amount of time, and not have to throw front end and front load a massive budget in order to achieve that? So all we're doing right now is we're just offering, it's a flat $500 fee for any customer who we bring in who buys. We're going to get an acquisition list from equity, previous customers, old dead leads that have just been forgotten about and abandoned, that you've already paid for, and you're not getting any return on that. We're going to take all of that, send out a specialized message that we work with you guys on to be able to attract those customers to come in and buy. No setup, no contract, no long-term costs, nothing like that. Anybody we bring in with an appointment who comes in and buys, all you do is pay the flat fee one time, that's it.
You can contact Ryan specifically on that, or Ken, obviously, at ryan@callteam6.com or intel@callteam6.com. You definitely want to know more about that. I know as a dealer operator myself, along with Ken, whenever we can take advantage of situations like that where we don't have a lot of extra budget to work with, and we want to be able to attract and regain or re-engage old dead leads where our particular team members have they've already moved on to fresh deals and fresh opportunities. There are still opportunities to be had. There's still deals to be done and sales to be made. So make sure you reach out and to one of these guys and let them share with you the good news on all of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching this any at all, that we spend most of our time and content in the areas of the 3 primary areas of dealership challenges that they are experiencing today. One is, first of all, is new customer acquisition, then defection prevention, and then missed opportunity re-engagement. Those are the 3 primary areas on our sales side where our team lives and helps dealerships succeed. And whenever you're talking about Ken, opportunities like that where the dealers need that extra horsepower and the extra resources available, that is exactly where you guys live every single day.
Yeah, and it goes back to, not that the dealer can't do that. We all have our strengths, and in salespeople, it's kind of sometimes like herding cats. And again, I always go back to salespeople love to press the flesh, and they want to talk to someone right there. And the lead that came in yesterday isn't as good as the one for today. And so the one from 2 days ago or 3 days ago, it just keeps getting, it gets what I call, when Ryan and I call it a lead bias. Oh geez, this lead here, I called the guy 4 or 5 times already. We don't get that way. We just grind, we squeeze, and we just keep on squeezing until they say, hey, we bought a car, or I'm coming in, or whatever the case is. We want to outcome the lead. Think of the money we spend every single month, as a dealer. It's outrageous, the amount. And, we're happy. A lot of stores are happy. Oh, I'm getting my 10% conversion on my leads. Is that really good?
Right.
I don't know. But that's why I say, going back to what Ryan said earlier today with this whole, conversion of leads, give us your old, your decrepit, you're dead, you're dead leads.
Bring out the dead.
I mean, I don't know. To coin the old Ted Tired phrase, what do you got to lose? You're not paying anything up front.
Right.
If we do our job, you pay. If we don't, you don't.
Right.
There's no risk. Come try us out.
Yeah. I love that, so it's good stuff. So how do you get your unfair share of leads, Jeff? That's the thing everyone wants,
How do you convert your unfair share?
Yeah, well,
I would say.
Correct. Yeah, what's it? Leads, closing, and gross, right? We talk about that every single time. But, how do I get those leads correct? And then how do I convert those leads, process into inventory? So that's what we're going to get into, because we're spending the money we are, but how about getting a better lead quality, or, finding the right people, a secret sauce, right? Well, that's what we're going to get into a little bit today, right?
Right after we recognize our sponsors for today's program, first and foremost, Podcast Junkies, podcastjunkies.com, JUNKEEZ, right here in Meisner Park in Boca Raton, Florida. And if you are looking for the very best in podcast production, services, and amenities and facilities, without question, the team there is who you want to contact. And they know that this particular area in the automobile space is starting to gain a lot of traction. There are a lot of people and personnel who are looking outside of their typical sources to gain traction and gain information and gain some momentum through other subject matter experts. And that's a good way for you to be able to share things perhaps with your company with other viewers, similar to what we're doing, and Podcast Junkies can help you do that for sure. The other sponsor for today's program is badcode.ai. And Ryan, you could probably take 30 seconds to share a little bit about that's part of what you're doing that is absolutely going to change the game in the dealership space and productivity. Yeah,
so some of the things that we have been working on, and I can get into some of it. Some of it is still top secret, classified. But what's exciting about it is from June 15th through September 1, we have nine new AI products rolling out, stemming from super exciting things like digital retailing that we'll get into, that we're going to be releasing, that we're piloting right now, all the way to the voice, text, sales service. We have a parts AI coming out, and you can see it all on the website there. And this isn't just one of those, released or white labeled type of products. This has all been built from the ground up. This has all been built in partnership with Amazon. Every latest AI technological advantage the dealership gets right away. You don't have to chase your neighbors, anything like that. You're always going to know you have the best, the latest in capabilities. But we'll be heading up in June to the Javits Center for another Amazon up in New York at the Javits Center, for those not familiar with the area, for another AWS conference and meeting that all of us have up there. We'll have another update there. But, that's 9 AI products we have rolling out for our dealers, specifically meant to help you streamline your business and make you more profitable. I'm excited about it.
Absolutely great news. And we want to just say a quick hi over my left shoulder here, camera right, to the ever-loving car badger. If you have to be in the car business and of a certain age to get that particular insinuation. But we do want him here because we're old, cynical car guys, at least for myself, anyway. We appreciate the Car Badger being here, and not that he should be second to the Car Badger, but we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Eric, our fantastic engineer here in studio, again behind the board, working his magic today for us. Everybody, let's give it up for Mr. Eric at IamEric.com.
All right. What's up, guys? Glad to have you back. IamEric.com coming, so stay tuned.
Coming to a podcast near you.
I love it. That's great.
All right. And so let's get into the mission launch and field report section, moving things right along. Appreciate everybody being here, because this is something about which I am particularly excited, and I know that you're going to want to know more about out there, because everybody wants to know about this subject. And as it happens, we have access to the very best resources and talent and team involved with this, who we are very fortunate to have with us, coming all the way from Scottsdale, Arizona. We are very pleased to have with us in the studio today to talk about this, which is AEO, GEO, search engine optimization with advancements in AI. And I'm going to share with our viewers right now that the effective ways to do that are not necessarily the things and the ways that you may think. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to get a lot of information. We're going to have a good time too. He's a spirited guy, so I imagine that while it will be friendly fire, there could be shots fired in the next 30 minutes or so. But we're really glad to have him here.
Yeah.
Well, welcome in John Heverly, the owner founder of MLJ Solutions from Arizona.
Woo! Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hey.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ryan. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Glad to have you here today, for sure.
I'm at first time to Boca. It's a beautiful place.
Right?
Yeah, I love it.
Worst places to go to visit some good friends and talk about some good business.
Yep. I've no regrets.
Yeah, we are so excited that you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, a true subject matter expert and the hottest topic that is taking the automobile space by storm, that has to do with AI, and then also how that you can win with your dealership whenever it comes to becoming more discoverable and understandable by the AI search engines, Grok, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, OpenAI, ChatGPT, all of those, as we have yet another frontier that dealerships are going to have to navigate in order to be able to get out in front and succeed. This is another one, and I don't think you're going to get any more timely or more accurate or any more fortified information and data than what you're going to get right here in this episode. And now, we know you're an expert, John. But just on the off chance we have some viewers who don't know, about you or the company or anything, let's share with everybody a little bit about your background, what you do, and what the company does, so we can get a little context moving forward.
All right. Try to be quick on this. Out of Scottsdale, and moved to Scottsdale a little over a year ago from California. One great place to another great place, just different landscapes, and it's been an awesome experience transitioning to Arizona. And from the business side, prior to AEO, I was involved with SEO, and how that came about was during the virus. I was involved in an electronic medical records business, and became kind of difficult to get in to see doctors to sell the product that I had. But that particular product was ahead of its time based on, it was AI. It was the content that was created enabled the engine to the product to produce the meaningful use document for the doctors on the spot. Needless to say, I'm out of that picture, and I needed to think, well, what am I going to do now that I can't call on doctors? I want to find something to do, and I got involved with digital marketing. SEO was great, but unfortunately, I got involved with SEO at its peak, and now SEO is overwhelmed. Keywords are overwhelmed. It's flooded. And when I originally got into it in 2020-ish, making money, but then I noticed it was stagnant. Sites weren't moving on the pages. And I'm curious, why is that? It became so prevalent that I stopped taking money from clients because I'm just taking your money. I can't. I don't know what else to do to make you move more except for you to spend more money. And I don't know if that's going to result. If that's going to happen.
What types of clients? I'm just curious.
Blue collar, landscape, be it a painter, be it electrician, plumber. It's really my focus. You guys in the car industry, this is something I've been going after for a long time. It's a hard nut to crack. So meeting you guys is wonderful to be able to get in the door. But that only happened because of AEO, not because of SEO. I started studying AI for marketing a couple years ago. The engineers that really behind the scenes that build this technology for me, my ideas, they build it. I came up with a concept, and they said, "Hey, let's figure this out," and they did. It's about 2.5 years of studying before I was comfortable to bring it out to market. And oh my gosh, what we've produced for, as of recent, as you know, the car dealership that is using our web app is really almost beyond comprehension. To be, the leaps that we've produced from SEO and what they were doing for impressions and clicks on there to visualize the site in comparison to what has happened with AEO is amazing. So
we have some data and numbers to talk about, with that as well. Just real quick, because it's an interesting story. We were talking on the phone just after you arrived, and you were extremely excited because you thought you shared with me. You said, "You know what? I didn't think that this was going to be such a fortunate trip for me to make out here." And you said, "I've just found one fortunate after another." You don't have to give any names or anything, but tell the viewers about who you were able to connect with by circumstance and by coincidence on the flight coming over from Arizona.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I sat in a chair that was wet for some reason. I don't know what that was about. So
That's not the.
Yeah, I wasn't too pleased on that. And I could have got up and moved, but what did it matter?
I thought Spirit went under.
Yeah, right.
Somebody got a 1-star.
Sure. Shorts are soaked, and I could have, anyhow. And this person sat next to me, and conversation began from, where are you going? What are you doing? To what do you do? And her business now is in the cyber industry, but she spent years working for Cox Automotive.
Oh my gosh!
And
not just worked for.
Right. Yeah. She was heavily involved with them for years, and so she's telling me about what she does, and as conversations go along, she realizes that I understand the context of what she's talking about, and so she asks me what it is that I do. And you in the tech business? I said, well, yeah, kind of. What is it you do? Digital marketing, but I focus on answer engine optimization and helping businesses generate more customers. What kind of work are you working on? And I told her about the auto industry, the web app that we built for a car dealership. And that's when I found out she used to be part of Cox Automotive. And man, holy smokes, that conversation. We talked the whole way. It was a wonderful,
how about that, huh?
It was a wonderful trip.
I thought that was something.
Yeah.
What were the odds?
What are the odds?
Most of us get stuck talking for 5 hours to someone about pottery, or their rock crystals or something. But you got someone from Cox Automotive. I mean, what?
Right.
Or politics.
Talk about,
right.
Isn't that fun in a small confined flying metal tube?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. As a whole, we do more than what we're talking about in answer engine optimization. Our business is about building your business to be more efficient internally and externally. Customers coming in, but also internally to be able to have clear, readable data for every engine that you're using, be it from your CRM, data management, pricing, inventory, you name it. That's what we're about.
And that is exactly what we want to try to get into now. So I know that the burning question with our viewers, especially leadership teams and leadership personnel at dealerships, they are saying, John, what the heck is AEO, GEO, and why should I as a dealership care at this point?
Great question. I ask others that question, looking for the answer, which I believe I know. Answer engine optimization is, in a nutshell, about the AI engine being able to read the content of the information put on its platform. SEO AI, great. Hey, use it all you want. But the problem is that the AI engine cannot read SEO AI unless it is coded for the AI engine to understand the content, understand its direction. Is there authority? Is there trustworthiness? There's a number of factors that needs to be established for an AI engine to know that johnheverly.com is a real opportunity for Jeff Mays to use my services. So it doesn't just pass off. This isn't about rankings. I don't know if this is as accurate as I can say. When you're going to stack information from Google onto an AI engine, it's John Heverly, and then Ryan Mays on top of John Heverly, and Jeff Mays on top of Ryan, and Keith on top of that, and right, it just keeps going down and down and down. All of a sudden, I'm way down at the bottom. Well, AEO, it is based on the content of the information that I have to offer for the services that you're looking for. We might both be in landscape, but there might be a widget that I do that you don't do that somebody's looking for, and I'm going to stand out because of that. It's not just because I do landscaping. I do a certain type of lighting. You don't do this type of lighting. Or you use certain kinds of gravel, and I don't use that gravel. That's a generic terms of what AEO does, is it's going to bring the information that I'm looking for to me in a manner to drive me to purchase.
When I hear that, I think of that famous scene from Mad Men, where that the government is just starting to put mandates on tobacco and what they can advertise and what they can't advertise. So Don Draper comes up with, he says, well, tell me some things about what's different, about what you're doing. They come up with, it's toasted.
Right. We cut it, we cure it, we roll it, we toast it.
Right.
Well, everybody does. No, everyone else's makes you sick.
Makes you sick.
Yours is toasted.
Yeah.
I just saw that the other day. What you're telling me about that. So in essence, the crawlers, right, that are looking for that authoritative content, where it really wants to try to serve to the person or entity searching that it is the genuine answer to what they're wanting. It uses an entirely different type of schema, for lack of a better term. A lot of people, where you're out in front with all of that, many companies out there who purport to optimize for AEO, for dealership sites and other business sites, they're posers, but they're not really doing what you're doing.
I have yet to come across a website that has any schema. Any website. And that includes SEO AI for the purposes of an AI engine being able to read the content. I get blasts for, there's all sorts, it doesn't matter the industry, law, cars, blue collar is kind of getting into it. Services, yeah. I should say services, not blue collar, but yeah.
No, I just meant the category, the business category.
Yeah, and now I'm seeing posts for agencies that are pushing SEO AI, agentic AI. Come to our webinar. Doesn't matter the company. And I'll go to these events. I'll enroll in them. Now I'm getting bombarded even more so because I enrolled in them, but that's the downside of it. But anyhow, I always ask, hey, this is wonderful. This would really help business be able to grow and function, revenue, so on and so forth. How does the AI engine read the content for the product that I'm selling? I never get an answer.
Well, that was going to be one of the questions, not to put you on the spot or anything like that, but you have the big box website companies, dealer.com, DealerOn, et cetera, right? Cars.com. And they say, hey, for a low fee of a couple $100, you can show up on AI searches instantly. What is your advice to I don't know, warn a dealership or any industry, I guess, but we're in the auto space, about what kind of those services are being pitched to dealers? What makes it should they be cautious, or what should they look for? I guess.
Well, what to look for? How does the AI engine read the content? That's the first question I'd be asking everybody.
How does it do that? Yeah, get into that for our viewers out there who.
Well, there's a back-end factor. It's coding. There's a number of things that need to be done: JSON, the schema, the content build, the structure build. There's a number of factors. I don't do it. I have a team that does it, right?
And what a team.
And what a team. And what they've done is amazing to me. We have organizations that are involved with us, significantly large organizations that have come back to us and said, nobody is doing what you're doing. We need to use your product. We've gone as far as building things out specific to their likings for them to be able to use, and us just be able to do the maintenance on it. But the point is that this isn't a simple venture. And I don't know if this is the right analogy, but I'm going to say it. When I was doing providing SEO, costs began at like $2,500 a month for SEO to be able to boost your product line to move up on the pages, to get you from page 3 to hopefully get you into page 1, right?
Right.
You can do SEO for under $1,000 now, and it's not happening. You're not moving anywhere, but people are still spending the money because they're trying it. And then they're spending more money. They're paying money for ads on top of that. So what we're doing is eliminating all those additional costs for paid ads, for SEO, for paid ads, for even the chatbots that are today. It's not AI. I see this AI chatbot, right? I call these companies and it's AI, and it's just a repeat.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's an if then. It's just a bot.
Yeah.
So all right, I have a question for you. So let's say I use chat quite a bit. It's one of my things I use to search for things, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say if I'm a guy, looking for a new truck. Let's say I'm looking for an F-150 pickup truck, and I got parameters. I'm looking for a truck that's a good truck near me, $40,000. Maybe I got challenged credit. And I say that to chat, or I do that to Grok. What's going on? Like, how does it find the dealer? What does it do? What's the process of how does it engage with the AEO or the GEO to help me?
Well, let me go back to the AEO and GEO before I answer that. As you asked that a little earlier. AEO and GEO really are one and the same in a sense. AEO is your basic. It's reading the content of your website, reading about your information. GEO is diving deeper into the content, which I brought up in an earlier conversation. I want a car. Okay, well, GEO on certain engines are built more for telling you how to change out the transmission. Telling you how to, the rotator.
Still useful content to have on when your blogs and your sites, though,
for sure.
Right?
For sure, totally.
Not for ranking, but for understanding.
For sure. And so when I'm talking about AEO, it's also GEO. I'm not avoiding GEO. AEO and GEO we cover all entities. So how we find the services of the vehicle that you're looking for found. First, the engine needs to be able to find it, understand the content of it that you're looking for. Then it's going to do searches, and that's where your citations are going to evolve, right? And for SEO, it's a couple thousand citations. What we now know for AEO, GEO services that I provide, it's over 20, 30,000 citations. And the click.
And just for the viewers, a citation is?
Citations is the engine finding the information of the content that you're looking for, right?
Like a flag.
Yeah, like a flag. And then from there, it's driving the person searching for that information to click.
Yeah.
Right? You want to get that to open.
All right. So right now, every dealership I know out there, they're doing Google Words and stuff like that. They're trying to get their name out there so I can type in truck near me, and then it's going to just it's going to
keywords.
Yeah, keywords.
I can just 10 seconds because I actually wanted to mention this a few minutes ago.
Sure.
About John's point, about how antiquated all that is. I can just share with you from a dealer's perspective and somebody who has been in charge of ad budgets for a long time, the rather large ones for certain organizations, and it's not easy to wean yourself from things that you're afraid, a little bit.
Change is hard.
Because you don't want to leave a gap.
Yeah.
There, and you don't want somebody else coming in. You don't want to take a big swing away from what has been working, because you've invested so many thousands of dollars into the website you've got being indexed, and there's brand attached to it. There's discoverability on their traditional engines. So I'm just saying, I understand. Speaking to other ladies and guys out there who are heavily interested in this and this emerging functionality versus the traditional ways. I completely feel your pain and your anxiety whenever it comes to taking a look at these. But so that's I'm essentially agreeing with both of you on that. But I just wanted to. That's why I can empathize with that perspective.
Well, to add on to that, the savings that we're bringing with organic traffic over what dealerships are paying. Yeah, you guys spend an enormous amount of money to market. If there's an organization that should be on top of all the tools that are available for marketing for a company to gain customers, it's the auto industry. You guys spend a ridiculous amount of money. And I can say this with confidence, I'm going to cut that cost for every dealership 50%, and I believe it's going to be more, right? Now, for your website, I can completely rebuild your website. That might be a freak out factor for you to do, or maybe it's not. But that's a decision to be made at the moment. Or I can take your website and we keep it the same, but I'm going to restructure it, rebuild the content so that the AI engine can read it. Hey, I don't want to change the look of what I love my blues, I love my reds, I love my blacks. I don't want any of that to change. Awesome. Well, we'll rebuild it. We'll rebuild it the way it is, but we have to rebuild your content. It has to be understood by AI. That means your grammar is going to change. If you can accept, let's just say, proper computer grammar for the AI engine to read it, right? And each character's coded for that engine to be able to read. And this doesn't mean we're bumping out SEO, because the dealership that we're now involved in, they ranking on Google was 14, and in one day we bumped them to 7.4.
Wow.
What?
Incredible.
How does that happen?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, but that does not happen in SEO.
You mean someone didn't pay $9.95?
No.
And
No.
that happened?
There was no extra payments involved.
We actually haven't gotten the invoice yet, so
Yes, right?
we'll see how that goes. But let's everybody's hearing this and listening to it. Eric, if you don't mind, just see if we can bring it up on the screen there. This is our particular dealership groups, because those of us here at Call Team 6, we're also dealership partners. This is what the result of what we're talking about here, which is a fully transactional web application that now has replaced our dealership group site. And our dealership group is Easy.car Dealership Network, and it promotes an entirely new way for customers and consumers to be able to transact as closely to frictionless as possible. We have locations in Montana and also in California. And this is what you guys built from the ground up, that is totally built exclusively to be discoverable and understandable through AI search engines. Did I describe that correctly?
And Google and Bing and Yahoo and
Okay.
DuckDuckGo and Reddit and Force, whatever. Yeah, we're not just AI, because keywords are involved with content. I mean, you can't get around it, right? So, well, we might as well promote the, if you will, the old school along with the new school, right? And we are. As I said, you guys, that website went from 14 to 7 in 24 hours, and it's gone up higher over the last 48 hours. And I'm eager to see the reports tonight, and I can't wait for 30 days to pass.
Yeah, right, for sure.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is. It's tremendously exciting, because the amount of money, I'm not trying to, well, I am trying to steal money from the advertising agencies. But I'm trying to save dealers money. I mean, this is an amazing amount of money that dealers are going to be able to keep in their pocket to allocate to more employees, more space, more hardware, more technology.
So mark that in your video, viewers, at about 39 minutes into it, that was the key phrase right there, is being able to save dealerships money.
Oh,
yeah. You're going to be able to transition away from so many expensive paid search campaigns that you're not going to have to worry about. And just, part of the reason why we're on here talking about this is that it is a fact that by the end of the year, roughly 70% of all automobile car research or dealership research searches are going to be performed on one of the AI search engines. It's just a fact. So, you got to be there.
More people. The population, greater part of the population goes on AI engines over Google, Bing, Yahoo to search.
Well, again, I can only speak to myself, but I travel quite a bit, right, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll always just pull up my chat and I'll ask it a question. Hey, I want a good Italian tonight. What's a good Italian place near where I'm at right now? And it'll come back and it'll tell me, 3 or 4 different places, and sure enough, it's not like it's based on like maybe Reddit reviews or reviews that, it'll pull up the content for me and it'll show me, where it got the information from. Some could be from Reddit, it could be from just different blogs,
right?
And then it kind of tells me this is why it's so good. It's not just an advertising campaign that the restaurant did to get me to go there.
Right.
It's coming from third-party people who've eaten there, been there, and are giving it great reviews.
Correct. But AI takes it a step further. AI is really about conversational talk, right? It's more than just, hey, where's an Italian restaurant that's good to eat? It would be, I've got a great flavor for shrimp scampi with red pepper, so on and so forth. And those are that's the deep dive into what AI does is it finds the places that are specific to what you're looking for over, I just want Italian.
Okay, sure. Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good. Better ask a better prompt, I guess, right?
Yeah. The better the question, the better the answer, right?
Yeah. So if a dealer ignores this kind of thing, let's say they just go, well, I don't know, I'm gonna stick to what Jeff was saying a little bit ago. I feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna wait. I'm going to let others kind of test the waters on this first.
Yeah, great question.
So if a guy or a dealer out there, general manager, whoever says, I'm going to hold off and I'm going to wait maybe a good year and a half before I jump into the pool. What are your thoughts on that?
SEO was that created 2000, 2002, and the companies that got involved with SEO back then, early adopters, it paid dividends. They stayed on the top page. Hard to remove yourself from the top page when you're doing all your backlinks, you're doing all your, references, you're building all your data for data links to be recognized, so on and so forth, right? Same concept here, except for this is much, much bigger, and respect that it's not about ranking. This is about the authority, the trustworthiness of your business. The more time that an AI engine is able to grow with your business, the stronger you're going to be in your presence.
Okay, so I know I keep asking these questions, I apologize, but I know if I spend right now my Google, right, as soon as that spend is gone, it stops. But with here, your spend, it keeps you in the bloodstream all the time. It never leaves the AI. It stays in there, doesn't it? Or how does that work?
That's a great question to me, and I'm coming back with a quick question, or a question to you, which is probably a quick answer, right? There's a cost for using your vendor for SEO, right? But that's just for you to have SEO, and then you've got ads you've got to pay for. Then you have other marketing aspects you have to pay for on top of that initial base, right? So in my case, my base is taking care of all that in one fell swoop, and it's just continued. There's no stopping. Every day that somebody goes and asks for John Heverly vehicles, it's going to give an answer for John Heverly vehicles, right? So it's the organic traffic based on what they're looking for will always be present.
It's like an engine that keeps running, whereas under traditional methodology, you have to continue to pay to play.
You got to continue to pay to play. There's no, I'm not going to come back to you and say, hey, if you spend more, you're going to get more, right. Which we know from what we've seen. 24 hours, we went from 2.9 citations, 2.9 thousand citations, and it was 17,000, and the next day it's 25,000. So that 2.9, the information that you have from us is based on 1 week, 2.9 thousand citations and 105 clicks. the first day we did 17,000 citations, if I recall, and 85 clicks. The next day it was 25,000 citations and 90 clicks, and now we're up to 30,000 citations and 95 clicks or 100 clicks. And this is just after 3 days. So we've eclipsed 300 clicks compared to 105 that took a week. We didn't say give us more money. There was no. So in the end, now what we want to know is how the sales team did to collect that data that we brought to the company's presence to make something happen.
For somebody who sits in my chair, that ultimately will be, the real litmus test or barometer on it. However, we are also adept and intelligent enough to know that there's really no such thing as bad exposure. The more people we can get in front of, the more at-bats we get. And if you want to own this space, then this is the approach that you have to take.
This will always have an impact for any business, unlike SEO. It's just how it is. And SEO AI, while that is great and all, you're only stacking yourself on top of one on the other over time. One company comes in with the same product, and SEO, you're just stacking. Unless somebody can tell me how AI is reading that content, which nobody has done yet, I don't know how I don't know how it's going to produce what AEO does. And AEO, the whole basis of it, the root of this, the seed of it is the AI engine being able to read the content. And then the trunk is the web app that we've built. And then from the trunk is everything else. The additional marketing you want to add into it, the CRMs, the chatbots are, AI chatbots, for services, for parts, for reducing the friction to get a car is going to be just incredible for everybody, everyone. I don't, whether you have a good experience or a bad experience, there's always that hesitation and being able to answer the questions that you want answered before you walk in the door, and then your dealer knows that's already been resolved, and then it's just like, hey man, just to make sure, I saw this aspect, you were interested in these kinds of tires. You sure this is the right one?
In talking about some of the data and some of the metrics, just in the short period of time that EZ.car has been live with this new web application, I encourage everybody who is listening and or watching to go visit that, and you're going to get an amazing UX experience, and it is certainly the way of the future. We're certainly blessed and fortunate enough to have the forward-thinking attitude with our leadership team at our dealerships that we have been able to to look at this and then also seek out the best possible solution for it, and know enough to stay away from some of the the big box companies out there who say that they have got this figured out, but all they really want to try to do is just be able to glom onto a new revenue stream, for their company, but nothing really will happen. And I know you're shaking your head agreeing with that, but just real quick for the EZ.car site, Ron, I think you've been living in this space for a little bit. Just to expound a little bit on some of the metrics since then that some of the people who are watching or listening will be able to relate to.
Yeah, and John hit on it just a second ago, but I'll put the dates to it specifically. So what you're referencing over there just a second ago. So from the May 17th to May 23rd, you had the 2.9 impressions, right? 2,900 impressions. Just from the 24 hours after turning this on, 25.7 thousand in 24 hours.
Crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
In 24 hours. Okay?
And I'm going to, we didn't expect that.
Well, I don't, who did?
Right.
Yeah.
Throw that grenade and says who expects that?
Yeah.
But
sure.
But from measuring the average position from the 17th to the 23rd, you're 14.5 position. Just from the 26th to the 27th, you jumped up to 7.5, and it's already under 7 over the last 48 hours, right? So you're 100% better in your position, and you've 10x'd.
Yeah.
10x'd.
Yeah, we 10x'd it, right? Yeah.
You 10x your impression exposure, all by following what you're talking about. And there is no amount of SEO band-aids you can put on this, right? that's where my question was earlier. Going to it is you have these big box. You have and they speak from this position of authority. Mm-hmm. Well, we can do this because of who we are. So listen to us. That's not always. I mean, there's a reason why the Titanic hit the iceberg. Right. Okay, it couldn't adapt. It couldn't move fast enough. It couldn't pivot.
She's made of wood and iron.
I assure you, she will. She will sink. Yeah, so don't be weary. And I've managed marketing longer than I've done BDC, just so everybody knows, right? And in this industry where you live month to month at the desk, trying something cavalier, so to speak, is about as risky as you can get. But when you look at the numbers we just went over and the dates that we showed them, it's almost more of a risk to not do it. I just want to drive that point home.
Yeah.
It's almost it's almost irresponsible to not look at this and figure out how to make it work.
But here's the thing.
If I could save money at the same time.
I want to throw this out there, though. Here's the thing, and this is where I'm just going to say when we were back at NADA, and everyone's confused, Ryan. Everyone doesn't know. I mean, everyone's supposedly the perfect expert out there. We're the best, and because they have a name that we can all identify with, we all sure they're big. That somehow says that they are. They can throw money at stuff. But here's the thing.
It's just argument from authority, and that's all it is.
That's all it is.
You will listen to me because of how big.
Because,
great.
Yeah, right. But I think it's the I don't know that saying. I'm sure you know it. The swift eats the
Yeah, it's not the big that eats the small. It's the fast that eats the slow.
That's right.
Nowadays.
Yeah, and so I think that's the thing that I see because we've got our AI, and I'm like numb to AI, because everyone is like. They have their AI.
You had 32 companies at NADA, and 28 of them used 11 labs. I'm just it's all the same. It was all the same thing.
It's all just repackaged.
AI fatigue.
I feel AI fatigue.
But here with this, we're talking about cost. We're talking about that. So let's get a little more granular with that. Every dealership, when they go to their marketing company, they're reviewing it. They say, okay, we spent this much money. We sold this many cars. What's our CAC? If you want to really impact your CAC, this is what you do. How do you reach 10 times more customers and spend 50% less? We're showing you the only way to do it that we've seen.
Yeah, and we're living it. We're not like making it up. So you can see the analytics.
Yeah, and we'll post the analytics. We'll post it. We'll let everybody see it. There's no Oz behind the curtain, with any of this.
Yeah,
like John, like our guest has just said, we were just as surprised as everybody else. But the numbers are the numbers. Mm-hmm. Google Analytics doesn't lie. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And hard pressed. I mean, how many thousands of dollars do you have to spend to get 10 times more impressions of relevant impressions, right? Of people who are obviously looking for a car in your area, right?
Yeah.
Well, you guys know, right? I mean, that you probably know that that number better than I do, and for us to go from 2.9 to 20,000 in one day, right? That's
almost 30.
Well, now we are, right? And it's going to continue to grow, and that's amazing. And this is something that we really haven't spoken of. You go and add on our AI optimization for social media, which is taking you're building the same presence that's on the internet on the social media side, so they're in unison. Yeah.
Well, and we're going to be talking about
different level.
We're going to be talking more about that, which I'm excited to get into on our next episode. But that's a great segue.
That's a great point. I was just thinking the same thing. If it's okay with you, since you're in town, I think we'd like to have you back because we'd like to talk a little more in depth. Because dealers watching out there right now, they're all wanting to get involved. They want to know more about how to get in contact and what you have to offer, and they're going to want to get in line. Especially once they see the web application that's been built for our group. So if that's all right with you,
I'm honored.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Rock and roll.
And then we also want to share more about the potential outreach and other ancillary tactics that can be used that we're working on in partnership with Call Team 6 that really is going to help to light the fire for action at your store too. So we're moving on to the mission wrap. We're kind of running out of time for this episode. And but before we do, if I'm understanding correctly, and I'm a dealership personnel watching today out there, I'm thinking key takeaways: AEO, GEO is no longer optional. It's not even the dealership's front door anymore. Is their website? It's this. This is the new front door frontier for dealership discoverability.
Yes.
Fair statement. And then also that you have to understand that content for AI must be written for understanding and not make the mistake of partnering with somebody who's going to use it as ranking instead.
Well, it's not about partnering with ranking. They're pushing the creating AI content. Just because you create your content on Chat or Grok or Claude or whatever, or however they're doing it, how is the AI engine reading that? Just because you produced it on an AI engine doesn't mean it's readable by the AI engine. I don't know if that's the concept that people think. Kind of think that's what they believe.
Right.
Well, that's not how it works.
Well, that's what they're told.
I guess.
And send your $9.95 in the mail, please.
Yeah.
That's what they.
It
what
doesn't
they do.
work. They have
Credit card or ACH?
Right.
I prefer the ACH.
I just want to say the one thing though for people out there, don't just make the mistake of taking inaction because maybe you think you don't understand. Listen to this episode, listen to it again, reach out if you need further explanation, because by the time you think you're comfortable and figured it out, the dealership down the street they're already there.
Yeah.
The early it's going to make an impact for everybody. The ones that get in early, it's going to make an early effect, obviously sooner, right? And the we don't know how big this is going to be, but this is far bigger than SEO has ever been.
So stand back, in other words.
Yeah, right.
We don't know how big this is going to get.
Don't know how big this is going to get. There's amazing tools that we have to offer, you have to offer. This is going to be a great partnership. I'm honored to be here, to have met you guys. Yeah, it's a total privilege.
Well, the feeling's mutual for sure.
Eric, in our mission wrap segment, I think you have a subscriber question, right? For somebody here or any one of us?
Yeah, I have it right here. This question is from a subscriber, Josh, who asks, what are you seeing potentially being the biggest mistakes dealers could make when trying to optimize for AI searches?
What are the biggest mistakes? Well, not optimizing it properly, not coding the content so that the AI engine can read it, and believing that all you need to do is make AI content and putting it on an AI engine and thinking that it's going to enhance your business to be seen, to be grown, for people to find the products that you have. That's the underlying problem that I see. My architect for this product has been doing this for 15 years. He's written books. He's way ahead of the curve. He has products to change when change is ready for those products to happen. Marketing agencies are not like that. They are going to take your money and they're going to say, spend more money. It's really no different than it was with SEO. We've just changed it to SEO AI.
Right.
If a manager for a car dealership can't see what we just presented, which again really blows me away, blows my team away, it's blowing all three of you away, to go from 2.9 impressions to 30,000 impressions in 3 days? Come on.
Right.
And for people who don't know me or these guys, I'm one of the biggest SEO skeptics out there because I just, it gets sold as a magic bullet sometimes, and it never is. Yeah. There's a way to do it right and 100 ways to do it wrong.
Yeah.
And so, but this, like with the results that we've had over the last 2-3 days,
right,
astronomical.
We have a irrigation business that was seeing, I don't know, let's just say 1,200 hits on their site, and they got involved with us, and it went to 14,000.
Wow.
And it holds that number. Might be 10, might be 18, but it holds that number. And they get so much business, they turn business. Dude, I can't. I'm overwhelmed. I I don't know of any SEO business that's ever done that, ever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not built. It's not built for it.
Well, one of my coworkers in Boston, golf country club in Boston, they got on our site, and their website was. They had so many calls in the wintertime. Who calls a golf club in the wintertime to talk about golf for when? Hey, we want to schedule this because,
In the Northeast.
yeah, who does that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was all because somebody, not somebody, people were going on there making inquiries, probably for their golf clubs, special events. Well, they showed up. Mm-hmm. We've never had that happen, is their words.
It's a whole new frontier. You guys are definitely out in front of it.
Right.
So those are the takeaways. And Eric, thanks for the sharing the question. All right, and thanks for all of your help back there today. Mm-hmm. And a big thank you to our sponsors for today, Podcast Junkies at podcastjunkies.com, JUNKEEZ, and also to badcode.ai, a blooming partnership that I'm sure a lot of our dealership brethren out there are going to want to know more about too, to win in that area as well. So, John, we're looking forward to the next one, man. We're going to get into this more, and we can't wait to have you back.
I'm pumped.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's all the time we've got for this episode 17, that now is bringing to a close Quebec here at Podcast Junkies Studios in Meisner Park, Boca Raton, Florida. We really appreciate everybody tuning in today, and we look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Ryan, real quick, they can see these full episodes and other clips where?
Full clips on YouTube and Spotify, but check out the clips everywhere, X, Facebook. I always go back to Twitter. I want to say both at the same time because I'm Twitter OG.
Yeah.
Before it was cool. But yeah, go check them out. There's informative clips. You're going to find all the stats and data and everything we went through. LinkedIn, that's a big one. Come check us out there. And of course, you can reach out to us directly, info@callteam6.com, or you can reach out to me directly, Ryan@callteam6.com.
Excellent. Ken, words of wisdom on the way out.
I'm just
It's
excited.
really informative, right?
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to learn more. And I just think, as we leave, I just say, I think a lot of people will be getting in this space, and I think they'll come in there trying to convince people, but not really know what you're talking about, how it's supposed to be read. They're going to have the magic pill, but quite frankly, I don't think they will. Quite frankly.
Hey, and if I can close this out really quick with a little note.
Yeah.
I just want to let you all know that I'm not in front of the mic often, and I said Keith, and I meant to say Ken.
No worries.
He's been called worse. I've been on the dealer calls.
Yeah, that's for
I knew it afterwards, and I'm like, gosh darn it, I can't believe I just did that.
No problem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings to, again, a close to this episode. We appreciate your tuning in. We hope everybody has a great close to the month out there, and we will look forward to seeing you again. Make sure you tune in to the follow-up episode on this with more on AEO, GEO optimization. You're going to want to learn more about it. And we look forward to seeing everybody again on the next episode of the Mission Debrief with your friends here at Call Team 6, Special Ops for car dealers, remote virtual BDC, countrywide, all U.S.-based agents, the very latest in technology, bringing all of this to bear for our dealership community out there where we're wanting to give back to everybody and help them do as best as they can. So, again, have a great close out there to the month, and we will look forward to seeing you all again real soon.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and invite you to like, share, and follow the Mission Debrief podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Plus, catch episode clips on all socials. Call Team 6. No lead left behind.